I just finished saying that it's like there's an invisible thread between the content inside my page where I've applied the class rules and the actual class rule itself sitting inside the style sheet. Now, what's really great about this entire concept of working with CSS in this way is, once again, whatever the rule says, the text or the content on the page just follows along. So it just follows the instructions, which means that I can come back to the original set of instructions, the original class rule in our case, and I can change the instructions whenever I want. Let me give you some examples. So say I decide that, I'm really not feeling the italics inside my formatting. I flip back over to my browser and I go, the italics just not happening for me. So I'm going to flip back over to the code. I'm going to find where that italic property is, font-style, italic, select the whole thing, and just like that, get rid of it. Save my document, flip back over to the browser, and refresh. The italics are now gone from every single instance of the bold class rule. Again, the content just follows along. It just does what it's told, right? Let's make a few more changes. I'm going to also remove the font size. So I'm going to get rid of that 14-point font size there. Again, all 4 instances are changing throughout my document. This is fabulous. This is fantastic. A super fast way to work, a very economical way to work as well. Now, I can also make changes to some of my properties. Maybe I'm not really feeling the red, or maybe my client or my boss isn't feeling the red. So I'm going to go $3366FF. And don't forget your semicolon there. And don't forget to precede it with the hash mark or the number sign. So not only can I remove properties, but I can always make adjustments to my property values whenever I like. Now we have blue text. Okay? Or I can throw in additional properties if I'm so inclined. For instance, I'm going to come in here towards the end of my range of properties, if you will. And let's say I want to force a font onto the bold content. So I'm going to type in font-family. Again, this is nothing that you haven't seen already. Font-family, :space, and maybe I'll go monospace, something like that. Followed by a semicolon. I throw in a space for good measure on the end there. Save it up, back over to the browser and refresh, and there's our changes. So I hope you're getting the idea here. The whole idea is that it makes managing your content, managing your website, managing your pages so much easier. So that when a change comes along, it's really, really easy to implement that change. In the old days, making a change, like changing all the text from red to blue, we'd have to go and change every single instance manually. And if you missed one, well, you got to go back and find it all by yourself, right? So there you go. So you might want to sit here and experiment for a few minutes, try changing some of your properties, maybe try using some of the properties that I've already shown you, some of the basic text formatting properties. Let's do a few more together here. I'm going to change monospace here. I'm going to change this to Verdana. And let's see, I'm going to throw in text-decoration, :space. I'm going to go underline. There we are, followed by a semicolon. Save that up, back over, and refresh. There we go. Something like that maybe. So you can experiment and have some fun and really get a feel for how this is working. And the other thing that I should show you really quickly is how do you unformat content? So in other words, let's say, for instance, I don't want 4 instances of bold throughout my document. Maybe I only want 2 or 3. How do I get rid of this formatting? Well, actually, that's really easy. Flip back over to my code, scroll down to the content whose formatting I want to remove. There he is right there. I'm removing the formatting from the very last sentence in my document right there, all the way down at the bottom. And all I'm going to do is simply get rid of the span and the class code. So from open angle bracket all the way down to closing angle bracket. And I'm also going to get rid of this closing span tag as well. Save the file, back over to the browser, and of course, check my work by refreshing. And now the formatting is gone from that content. So either simply remove the span if that's how you've applied the class, Or if you've applied it to something like a paragraph, just get rid of the class attribute out of the opening paragraph tag. Make sure to remove any extra spaces as well, and that will remove the class rule from that HTML element. Pretty cool stuff.